Hello everyone, I have an idea to help people. I don't know if it's good or not. With advice to control the weather conditions. Controlling cyclones and sandstorms, it's easy to love the world. Love the environment. Affect Hurricane Katrina damage in Gulfport. Tropical cyclones in the middle of the sea cause high sea waves, heavy rains, floods and strong winds. Interfering with international shipping and possibly causing shipwrecks. 100 tropical cyclones leave a cool trough behind them, making the area less prone to tropical cyclones. 36. Damage which or destroy the vehicle. Building bridges and other outdoor objects turn loose debris into life-threatening floating projectile forces. Storm surge or rising sea levels due to cyclones. Exactly. This is the worst impact of a tropical cyclone making landfall. It has historically accounted for 90% of tropical cyclones' deaths. 101. The broad rotation of the landing tropical cyclone and the vertical wind shear on the periphery of the storm creates tornadoes can also be caused by the effect of eye-wall mesovortices or small eddy currents, which lasted until the storm came ashore. 102. More than 2 centuries ago, tropical cyclones are responsible for the deaths of about 1.9 million people worldwide. Large stagnant areas caused by floods lead to infectious diseases, as well as promote the incidence of mosquito-borne illnesses. Crowded migrants in their homes increase the risk of spreading the disease. 101. Tropical cyclones significantly disrupt infrastructure. This leads to power outages, bridge collapses, and disrupts reconstruction efforts. 101. 103. The Gulf of Mexico and the U.S. East Coast, on average, costs about $5 billion in PI-related damage every year. Most tropical cyclone damage, 83%, is caused by Category 3 or higher hurricanes. But Category 3 hurricanes and above account for only about 1/5 of all cyclones that make landfall every year. 104. Even the cyclone caused enormous damage to life and personal property. But cyclones may be a key factor in precipitation where the storm affects it, because storms may carry precipitation to arid regions. 105. Tropical cyclones also help maintain the global heat balance by moving warm tropical air to mid-latitudes and polar regions. 106. And by regulating flows. Circulating thermohaline circulation, through buoyancy. 107. Surge waves and hurricane winds can be detrimental to man-made structures, but it also stirs up the waters of coastal estuaries, which form an important fish breeding area. The devastation from the tropical cyclone led to renovations that increased the value of local properties. 108. As hurricanes make landfall from the ocean, salt is introduced into many freshwater regions, and increases in salinity levels make some habitat unacceptable. Some can handle the salt and process the salt back into the ocean, but some are unable to release excess surface water quickly enough or do not have a large enough freshwater source to replace it. As a result, some plant species die from excess salt. 109. Hurricanes can also carry poison and acid ashore when they come ashore. Floodwater can take in the toxins from various leaks and contaminate the land it flows through. This poison is extremely dangerous for plants, animals and surrounding environment in the area. Floodwaters can also cause dangerous oil spills. 110. 1. This principle has been conceived for many years, but has been reluctant to show nostalgia, fear of being laughed at, and disbelief. It's a principle that people look on the side. This is both a simple principle and a slightly more difficult one, but the result exceeded expectations. With the following principles. 1.1. Creating a balance during a cyclone to reduce, destroy, inhibit and stop the intensity of the cyclone. 1.2. using storm balance to reduce, destroy, suppress and stop the intensity of the cyclone. 1.3. Using heat energy from other sources to reduce, destroy, suppress and stop the intensity of the cyclone. What we can and must do. It's time. Our technology has everything in place to control the climate. 2. Initial benefits 2.1 In order to obtain tools and equipment to reduce, destroy, inhibit and stop the intensity of cyclones with a speed near the center of 75 km per hour or more in the cyclone area before the actual test. 2.2 In order to obtain tools, documents and equipment. Balancing heating can be used to reduce, destroy, suppress and stop the intensity of cyclones in the cyclone area before the actual experiment. 2.3 To obtain documents. Cooperation and guidelines for the use of tools and equipment to reduce, destroy, inhibit and stop the destruction of cyclones in the cyclone area prior to the actual test. 2.4 In order to obtain tools, documents and thermal equipment that can reduce, destroy, inhibit and stop the intensity of the cyclone in the cyclone area before the actual test. 2.5 In order to obtain tools and equipment to reduce property damage, life from the destruction of the cyclone will be reduced or gone from the world. 2.6 In order to obtain equipment to reduce, destroy, inhibit and stop the damage to the people and the world. 2.7 In order to obtain tools and equipment to create peace in fisheries and hydrology for ocean navigation.
Let's go through the numbers. Of the 36 countries that have raised, 22 are taking enough action
Sea level
to
change
restrain
will
global
through the middle of this century.
The Gambia has pledged to reduce its emissions, despite being
Regardless
one
of
of the
how
developing
quickly we get
countries
our
that
emissions
have
down,
contributed
we're
least
likely
power.
looking at about
And
15
Morocco
to
is
30
doing more
centimeters,
than
or about 6 to 12 inches
every
of
other
global
country
average sea
is
level
favored.
rise through the middle of the
2020 is the year national
On
governments are
average,
supposed to
this
come
would
together and
increase the
strengthen their
likelihood
ties.
of what used
So
to
far,
be
only a
considered
few
a
have done
once
so,
in a
while others
century
have
high
announced
water
they're
level
sticking with their
more than
existing
10
and
inches.
sufficient targets. Now, some countries aren't too far behind the but the countries with the most advanced economies, those with the greatest capacity to innovate to help others, are shirking their responsibility to lead. The United States is currently withdrawing from the Paris Accords. China shows promise. They've pledged to balance out its carbon emissions by 2060. Could save the world from reaching 3 degrees Celsius. But actions on the ground remain divided. China is the largest
Temperature sea level rises less than 3 months before crucial climate summit has restart course.
Pleased
and the EU
and
is
proud
taking steps in the right
to welcome you all to this virtual press conference.
Changes the nature of
Which
rainfall.
follows
So where it
something
falls and
unique
what seasons
and
where it's changed.
unprecedented
You get things
for
like sea
the
level rise,
IPCC and
both from the
many
warming of the
other
ocean, but also melting glaciers and melting ice sheets. You also get things like acidification of the ocean. So as we push out more carbon dioxide, more of that gets taken up by the oceans, and that reduces the pH levels in the oceans. And the list can go on. Like there's a huge number of things that our human activities by producing greenhouse gas emissions tend to impact. Things like fires, things like cyclones.
We're seeing those fires raging across Europe at the moment and the intensity.
Seriously concerned. This is an existential threat when the sea level rises to an extent. Those islands
Thank you very much.
and those people's homes will disappear and the nations will disappear. And a whole range of things that follows from that. So what happens to the fishing rights? So do they disappear when the islands go under? So really quite profound implications here. And concerningly, what this particular report shows is, yes, the normal scenarios, the scenarios which to some extent predictable and quantifiable in terms of sea level rise, do really matter. And that relates to the history in terms of getting rid of coal mining back in the Thatcher era. And so they are a little unusual. But what we actually see is across the globe, almost the vast majority of our trading partners, major trading partners now have net zero by 2050.